Welcome back. It's 6:04 p.m. We're back again with another live talking about transfers and football news. Let's dive into it. You guys, I'm sure, have heard the big news about Donnarumma. We spoke about it yesterday, and today Fabrizio came out with more detail about the situation happening with Donnarumma. It's kind
Yeah.
of over between him and PSG, but there's also an expected legal action that might take place between Donnarumma and PSG, which is crazy, right?
Why?
And
Why?
so I don't
Why
know
does
why,
he want
maybe
to
with
sue them?
contract situation and stuff like that, but there's some legal action that they plan to take. But it's quite interesting. And the most interesting part of this whole
Is he
Donnarumma,
PSG taking? Is it PSG that is taking
no,
the action?
From Donnarumma side, the whole crazy thing about Donnarumma's, I mean, the interest from Donnarumma is that United are not really the front runners pushing to sign Donnarumma. It's actually City. And City
Yeah.
could sign Donnarumma. City could get Rodrygo if they sell certain players, right? If they sell Savinho,
Yeah.
sell McCarthy, they get
Yeah.
Rodrygo.
Yeah.
Ederson goes to Galatasaray. Like I reported 1 week ago when that rumor first came out that Galatasaray were interested in Ederson. If that
Yeah.
happens, then they get
Yeah.
Donnarumma. That's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy that City could have Donnarumma and Rodrygo on their team. That elevates the performance of the team. Like that
I
increases
think.
like that team's performance by far.
I think if they have both of them, is a big issue for everybody. That's what I think, right? How are we
Mm-hmm,
going to cope with both two? They have an excellent keeper now, like a
mm-hmm,
really really good keeper, and they have
mm-hmm.
a good someone that is better than Savinho. Let's be honest. Savinho
Yeah.
has just been okay. He's not been up to the pep level,
Exceptional.
right? So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's crazy
So
that Savinho could leave City because once I remember when Savinho came, I remember that specifically. Savinho came, there was just a lot of buzz around Savinho being this player from where he's coming from, and he's going to come to City and do a lot. But his output,
yeah,
I said his output yesterday, 8 assists, 1 goal in the entire
yeah.
season. I feel like it's not something that Pep really likes. No, still, they've not signed
Well,
Rodrygo yet, but they will
no, they've
sign
not done
Rodrygo they sell, if they're able to complete the
Savinho,
transfer of McAtee and Savino.
Savinho. Yeah.
It's not just Savino.
Oh,
They want to sell McAtee.
McCarthy is almost done. I
He's
think
almost done. So
he's done.
yeah,
Yeah.
McAtee to
So it's
Nottingham
just
Forest. They
Savinho.
want McAtee to
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest done, and they sell Savino. Then they get Rodrygo, and then Donnarumma too is coming as well.
Gosh.
Interesting.
In, I don't know. Like everyone is just this transfer window is so weird. Everyone is just signing. Everyone is
Mhm.
signing. Everyone, like, people are signing left, right, center. Mention one club that, apart from Newcastle, mention one club that is not signing, that is in the Champions League.
That is
Everybody is signing.
in the Champions League.
Yes, yes, that is not
Not
spending.
that I know of. Not that I know of. Like every
Exactly.
single person
Exactly.
they've out there, they've reinforced in the areas where they
Yeah.
feel, quite insufficient in, they've added
Yeah.
people to it.
Yeah.
You know, we spoke about Liverpool yesterday in detail to a point where I got scared really that we might get into next season and not compete if we don't have a defender or
Yeah.
defenders. And I said,
Exactly.
if
Yeah.
I was the one watching, I would get 2 defenders. But even if we get one, I'm okay with it. And then I'm seeing reports that we might get 2 defenders at
To
Liverpool.
defend. That's
Mark
what you need. You need two
Mark
defenders,
Guehi,
not one, right? You
yeah,
need
Mark
two.
Guehi
Two defenders.
and Giovanni Leone. So
Yeah.
both guys come in. Giovanni is 18 years old, Gehi 25. Gehi
Yeah.
coming in as the more experienced one, probably get more games
Obviously.
and start
Yeah.
compared to Gioni. I don't know what the future
But
of Konaté is.
the other guy is highly rated. Good morning. Good morning. The
Yeah,
other guy is other guy is highly rated, right?
yeah.
The 18-year-old from Parma,
Mm-hmm.
Giovanni Gioni. He's highly rated. They rate
Yeah,
him
he's,
really good.
he's highly rated, but he's still raw. He's highly rated.
But the
He's
thing
a
is that
highly rated young talent, but he's still raw.
yeah.
There's still a lot he will need to learn. There's still a lot more from him. Is he better than Kwanzaa? I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't know. I've not seen
I
enough.
think so.
I've not
I
seen
think
enough.
so.
I know you don't rate Kwanzaa, so you will say, yeah, it's better than
I
Kwanzaa.
think
I
so. I
don't
think
know.
he's better than
Because
Kwanzaa.
you can't really say that because
Why?
when I looked at some details about him as a player, some more
Yeah.
information to
Yeah.
understand how he plays, if he's really going to fit into the team well. I noticed that the aspects of his defending and his game that he's really great at is those aerial duels. Actually wrote them down on notepad. His
Yeah.
tackling, aerial duels is really great at those things. But when it comes to
Mhm.
progressing the ball, being a ball playing defender, he's not really
Mhm.
the best ball playing
How
defender.
do you know? How do you know he's not the best?
Based on the stuff I've seen so far, based on the
Based on
stuff
his
I've seen
stats,
so far about
is
him,
he bet? Is Kwanzaa a ball playing defender?
yes, Kwanzaa is supposed to step
With
into that Matip role.
with all the mistakes Kwanzaa makes, is a ball playing defender. I beg, just forget it. I prefer having a defender that doesn't make mistake and is not ball playing. If it's time to play the ball, I'll pass it to Van Dijk and let's move forward. Yes. Yeah, you can't play. Oh, bro, you can't progress the ball. Pass it to Van Dijk. Van Dijk will do the job. Just do your job as a defender. The guy Kwanzaa makes too many mistakes. So why are we even discussing this? You know,
Wait, I'll get back to what you're saying. Let me first answer AB. I'll get back to what you're saying. What's happening with Baliba? There's interest from United. Of course,
yeah,
we know this. United want to sign Baliba. I think with the last reports from Fabrizio, it's something that they're still going for. I don't think they've
yeah,
backed out signing Baliba. They're
no,
still
they're not
there's,
giving up.
there's still some internal
In the weekend,
conversations.
in the weekend, they discussed with his agent to
Yeah, and they're trying
buy
to figure
transfer.
out a decent price. They're trying to figure out that pricing with Brighton and what to be a
Is
decent price for
100 million. There's
Baliba.
no decent price.
But they're still interested in Baliba. They're still interested in
Mm,
Baliba. So back to what you were saying.
yeah.
Yes, Kwanzaa makes mistakes. Kwanzaa is young, but I think if you look at Kwanzaa in general, he has what it takes
Mm-hmm.
to get better and step
Mm-hmm.
into that role that we expected him to be, that kind of next good defender. He's already on that kind of trajectory. You just don't rate him in terms of the mistakes he has made, but I feel like he's still
Mm-hmm.
on that trajectory to get better and better and better.
How old is Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa is probably like 2021, right? Or how old is he? Or 20? Is he
You
22?
you rea- you realize that Levi Cowell is his mate, right? Yes, because what he said,
Okay, it's 22.
you,
It's
ra-
22. It's 22.
he's 22 and Levi is even older
Still,
than
what? You
Levi
don't rate
Cowell.
Kwanzaa at all? Why am I the
He's
only
he's
person
old.
defending Kwanzaa on this
He's
stream?
older than Levi Cowell, and see what Levi Cowell does for Chelsea.
See what? Why don't you rate Kwanzaa? I'm curious to know your
Kwanzaa
reason
is
why.
not going to go much. Like, he's good as he went to Leverkusen. He can improve there, and probably Ten Hag will work with him, but not in the Premier League. He's
Mhm.
just okay. But I don't think for what you guys are trying to do. No, move on.
I think
Is if
we started this whole Kwanzaa conversation because of Giovanni Leone, and I was telling you the only aspect of his game that is quite
the
shaky.
ball progressing,
You look at is the ball progressing part of his game, but the other sides of his game, as per
yeah,
defending, which is the tackling, the aerial duels, and every other thing,
yeah,
ground duels, he's really good at. He's very, very good at. So
yeah.
I think that's a plus. I don't see it as anything. We
It's a
came out
big
and said
plus,
we came out
big
and said we
plus.
needed we came out and said we needed a young defender, and
Yeah,
he's the young defender I think we are going for to kind of replace that Kwanzaa that we sold. And then getting
yeah,
McGahey is kind of like we might lose Konate 2026. We're not sure. That's looking very, very likely that would happen. So bringing
mm,
McGahey is almost like that Konate replacement in a sense.
now,
We have Gehi, Gomez,
yeah,
Konate,
yeah,
Giovanni Leone, Van Dijk.
yeah.
Do you think this is enough depth? Do you think it's enough depth?
I think you guys just need two defenders. You don't need more than two. Two
Hmm.
is okay,
But
right?
out
And
of all the defenders I've called, you think it's good enough?
it's good. I would have gone for two established, but it's good as
Mm,
you're going for a younger guy, because
mhm.
if the thing about you go for Gehi and go for someone almost at Gehi's level is that you can't promise them game time. At the
Yeah,
end of the day, they're unhappy and they leave. They
yeah.
don't even wait for Van Dijk to even retire. They
Mhm.
just leave. So having just Gay is good. Gay can provide competition for Konate. He can even
Yeah.
provide competition for Van Dijk. If this
Philip
Philip Williams
Williams.
was better than
Yeah.
Kwanzaa but wasn't given the chance,
Yeah,
yeah,
he left too
and
as well.
lack,
I liked
yeah,
I liked Philip too. I liked Philip.
yeah.
Kwanzaa makes too much mistakes and lacks physicality as well. It's so crazy that Kwanzaa lacks physicality because look at how big
He's,
Kwanzaa is.
he's a
It's
big,
crazy
he's
that
a
you,
big
you
lad.
think Kwanzaa lacks physicality. I think the mistakes is really what stood out. the mistakes
Yeah.
was stood out. And those mistakes
Mm.
just come at very key moments, like
Yeah.
scoring, man, own goals, or you lose the ball and leads to a goal.
Mm.
Man. Anyways, it's crazy. But let's move on. So Chelsea and Garnacho, that's still a thing. I saw today that Garnacho went to United and said, "Hey, either you sell me to Chelsea or I'm going to
I
stay in
stay in
this,
the
I'm going to stay
reserves.
in this club. I'm going to stay in this club 6, 12 months,
Yes.
and I'm not going to
And
play."
yes. You know why he's doing that? That boy is
Why?
something else.
He really wants to go to.
United that we've started discussion since
Mhm,
yesterday. You didn't get,
mhm.
but now United want 50 million. Like, brothers, 50 million for what?
Is it not
Ganacho.
within their rights to ask for that amount of money?
Then they are right, but you've
Mhm,
already excluded the player out of the project. So
mhm,
you don't have a strong ground to stand on. The
mhm,
moment you
mhm.
do that, you see Chelsea now, they've put out a statement saying if Jackson does not get a club,
Yeah,
he will be reintegrated into Maresca's squad
of course.
because they don't want the value to drop.
Of Jackson's draw, they want to make money.
Yes, yes.
Mhm,
Nkunku is out of the squad totally. There's no turning back for Nkunku, but Jackson, there's still a way back. If he doesn't see a club, they want to sell him. They don't want to loan him, right? So for Garnacho, you've excluded him totally from the squad. Now he's rejected every single move and saying he wants only Chelsea.
mhm.
Do you get
I mean,
what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean,
So
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, hundred
yeah,
percent.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's it. So I don't know really well.
Is that Kwanzaa looks like what we call Ajebo over here? Steve was very funny. Man. So do you know there's a rumor that is going around that is saying that Chelsea, they are interested in a possibility to sign Konate?
Mm. No, it's fake. I know we want to sign a defender. If the reports came out today
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
Chelsea wants to sign a
Mhm.
defender, but how
The,
would we sign Konate?
they've
Would
been
you guys sell to us?
The rumor is saying that you guys will not, that we are not selling. We prefer to sell to Real Madrid. But the funny thing is that there have been two rumors about two defenders that you guys have been linked to. You guys,
Mm,
which obviously rumors, they might not be true. The rumors have come out. You guys interested in Araujo. You guys interested now in Konate. I feel like this
no.
is just like agents doing their thing, trying to look for ways they can improve
The
the value
guys
of
the
their
guys
player.
I the news I saw today that was
Mhm,
looking like people that Maresca could
mhm.
suggest, and these are sporting directors, right? Is I think a guy from maybe Porto or so,
Yeah.
from Portugal.
Hmm.
And there's another guy, I think the guy is 20 years old or 21. He's very
Yeah.
physical. And there's someone else. I've forgotten his name, but the
Hmm.
two of them, I went, looked at their profile. They looked good,
Yeah.
right? But you never can tell. It's when someone comes. Defense is very sensitive to me.
It's very sensitive.
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
too
sensitive.
sensitive. You can't, yeah.
Mm,
He
it's
said, I
crazy.
love the defensive pair we're bringing. Thank God we lost on Sunday. So
So
our
our
owners can
owners can
start
start
moving.
moving.
After the defense, one midfielder, one winger. Then Isak on the deadline. Oh my God.
Honestly speaking, I'm right there with Stewart. That I feel like Giovanni Leone is a very good young defender, right? I only said the things that maybe are somewhat shaky in his game, and I only said that because I'm just trying to put it out there on stream that
Yeah.
he's raw. Don't expect him to
Mm.
come in and have everything
And
figured
perform
out
magic.
and perform
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him time. He's
Yeah.
18 years old. He's already showing
Yeah.
signs of someone on that trajectory to be a very, very good defender. Aerial
Yeah.
duels, tackles, things he's expected to do, he does well. The only other
Yeah.
thing he can learn, there's still time for him to learn and become 10x better. So Leone, good signing. I mean, good potential signing. I'm looking forward to him coming in. Magehi, I mean, we all watch the Prem, so I don't think any of us are,
He's decent. He's
Magehi
decent.
is okay. He's good.
He's decent.
He's
He's
good.
decent.
No, no, no. When you think of a defender, Gehi is good. He does
He's
what he's supposed to
decent.
do. He does what he's supposed to do. The mistakes are not too much. So Gehi is good. Um.
See if them
Oh, we
guys
don't move close to
towards
150. You
150.
don't think we're getting
I don't
Isak? Oh, interesting. If
Yeah.
Konate can't
The,
even go to
this,
Chelsea,
you,
that's a
you,
downgrade for him. Real Madrid is where he should be looking to. Not at
Imagine.
I
See
don't want
what?
to do this
Come
for
on.
free.
Come on. See
I
what? This
trust
guy is
you.
going to
Trust you.
world
Let me give you a
champions.
bomb for that comment, bro.
He's
What
going,
is
give him a bomb.
always
Give him a
doing?
bomb
What
before,
is always
give,
giving
give,
great
give,
responses? I like
give
that.
him a bomb
Always
before I
doing
start
that.
with him this evening. See what? Coming to the world champions.
He said, what? Say it
Madrid are
again.
not.
Say what you were
I
saying.
said
I didn't hear you.
if Konate is coming to Chelsea,
Yeah.
he's coming to the world champions.
Mm-hmm.
Real Madrid are not world champions, right? So what are we saying? Liverpool are not world champions. You guys
Uh,
are Premier League champions. So please, 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 come on.
okay.
He's
Okay.
ambitious. He wants to win trophies. So
Okay. Fair enough. You guys managed to be world champions, and now you guys are carrying the head.
but
Fair
at
enough.
least
Fair
we
enough.
have we have the crest on our back for 4 years. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
you get
Anyway,
used to it.
let's talk about. Let's go back to talking about United. So there's a rumor that is coming out that they might also be interested in Gehi, and they might also be interested in Upamecano. I don't know how true that is, but,
Wehi,
I'm
no.
saying this. No, no, but I'm bringing. I know it's not true about like
Mm,
both of them. Maybe Upamecano.
mm,
I don't know if that's true, but bringing this up, I want this to take us to a conversation about United and their defense right
mm,
now with what they have. Do you think they
mm,
survive? Because we've been throwing positions out there, and it's been coming up that if they get Baliba, they have Sesko, they get a good keeper, they go to top five with
mm,
the same defense or with some
mm.
defensive reinforcements.
I think when we had this discussion, I think it was last week, and we said
Mhm.
if United fixes the spine of their team, which it
Yeah.
looks like that's what they're addressing,
Hmm.
top top of the tree, Sesko, the two guys behind him, Umbuemo and
Yeah.
Cunha, let's assume you have
Yeah.
someone very solid in the middle, maybe
Mhm.
Baliba or someone else. I think they signed another midfielder, if I'm not sure. I don't know if they signed another midfielder or they were
They were
linked with
linked
another
to
midfield.
another
So
midfielder, I think.
they
Yeah.
signed a solid midfielder in that middle and they signed a defense and
Mm.
keeper. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players.
Mm-hmm.
Fix that spine straight up, and they have a chance, a huge chance, I would say. Huge one. Huge I'm telling you, huge one. Right? So we'll see.
Yeah.
Um
We'll see what they do.
AB is saying people need to realize that Chelsea and PSG have taken the batting of the best clubs in the world, and them owners are not joking. Yes, I agree with him. Yes, completely. I agree with
You
him.
believe you guys are the best clubs in the world right now, in
No,
terms
no,
of
no. Like
performance or in terms of the way you run your business,
in terms of
or both?
in terms of the way we run our business, the model, the
Mm-hmm.
direction the clubs are taking is a new direction that everybody mocks Chelsea.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world mocks Chelsea. There's no
Initially,
Yeah,
when you
and
started.
it's working. And PSG looked at it too, and they're going towards that same direction. They just signed a keeper for that's 23 years, and they excluded Donnarumma out of the squad because
Mm-hmm.
of his exorbitant salary and refusing to sign a new contract. Right, so
Mm-hmm.
that's the direction they are going. They want to reduce their wage structure. Everybody is looking at it, and is it really worth it to give young people 300 and something thousand
Yeah.
when they become 30? What do you now give them?
It just feels
Right?
almost like the younger players are easier to coach than the ones that seem like they have some experience or are attaining a
Yeah,
certain level of superstar status. It just feels like you
yeah,
can just get a bunch of young guys and they all see themselves somewhat as equal, and they can play
yeah.
better as a team, and you can teach them. They can grow season to season to season to season. They are still young, they
Okay.
are still agile, they can still put
Yeah.
out a lot of output. You're paying them less, and then they are achieving more. The model just kind of works by default if you think about it. But it's a big risk to take for a team that really wants to compete game in, game out, across all
Mm.
competitions. Is a big risk to take because you could sign some young talents, and that's why you guys did it in volume. You needed to do it in volume to really, really start
It's
it out
because you don't know
and,
which one
and
would work.
separate the good from the bad. Because if you had
Mm.
done it, if you didn't do it in volume and just go for certain specific people, you guys would have suffered with this model.
Yeah,
Trust.
we suffer
That
actually.
the key is the
Yeah,
volume. The key is
yeah.
the volume. Isak will come after we trash Newcastle at St. James's Park. Let's continue with our other signings because Isak is already a done deal. Newcastle will come back begging us to pay 120. Rivals don't rejoice. Yeah, I agree with Stewart. I agree with Stewart in the sense that I think they are waiting for us to play before they feel confident selling Isak to us. You get what I'm saying? I feel like that's what they're trying to do. Just delay, play us, and then they might open that whole conversation, or they might sign a striker and then feel more confident that yeah, we can sell Isak now, we can compete, we don't care. So we'll
Mm.
see what happens. This is the
I
post
think,
Ronaldo and Messi era. What
yeah.
what do you think? You think what?
So just to put something there about Newcastle.
Yeah,
When Bagman even came on the stream, he said the same thing. Newcastle as a club, we love Newcastle. Most fans love. I love Newcastle, right?
yeah,
They were my go-to club when Chelsea was struggling. I
yeah,
watched a lot of Newcastle games. I fell in love with St James's Park.
yeah.
And what I'll say is the club currently is in a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Since that, I think the sporting director left or something.
Yeah.
Person that makes the key decision, she left or left. So now they have the CEO who is also ill, sick. He went on sick leave. So who is currently running the club? For everything they want to do now, the message has to go to PIF in Saudi for a decision to be made. So
Mm-hmm.
more like Eddie Howe is just on his own
Mm.
right now because they've not appointed any. I don't think they've appointed a sporting director. The CEO currently is sick or so. If I'm not, I don't know if he's back, but the last time I read was maybe 2 weeks ago. He was not feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
Who is actually pushing the direction of the club?
Mm.
Do you get? So that's why I feel
I get what you're saying.
everything is left and right, and nobody knows what's happening. But at the same time, David Oistin put out a media release today from Isak. I know it's Isak's camp, his agent that released that. He's never
Mhm.
play for Newcastle anymore.
I saw it. Yeah,
He's not interested in reintegrating into the squad.
interested.
Even if this was the one that got me concerned, even if it passes the deadline, he will still not play for Newcastle.
Yeah,
What
he's
do you think
dead
of that?
ass. He's
That is
serious.
that is dishonoring your contract. I don't think I like that.
Why? Why not? Why not?
I don't think I like that. Like,
Why
I don't
not?
know. I want to know what was the gentleman's agreement had. What
If
was the discussion had?
no,
You had discussion that you were going to improve the squad or you were going to improve the training facilities, and
okay.
you've not done that. So what? Right?
Put
So,
yourself in Isak's shoes, right? You
mhm,
watch Gyökeres do the
yeah.
exact same thing at
Oh,
Sporting,
and he got his
and he
wish.
got his wish to go to
He,
Arsenal.
he
Even though
actually down.
even though his agent
Yeah,
had to take a pay cut, he did not want to train. He said he's
yeah,
leaving. He left
yeah,
and he got his wish. I
yeah.
had Gyökeres, by the way, had the same gentleman's agreement with Sporting, and they
Yeah.
said they were going to
And
reduce the price.
Sporting didn't
But
drag it on like this. They didn't drag it
they
on
didn't
and make
drag it
it
on. They didn't drag it
messy.
on.
And
It was just for them. It was about the price. They were open to
yeah,
sell Gyökeres. It was about the price. So I've
mm,
seen Gyökeres do that and achieve his dream. I already
yeah,
told Newcastle. I know. Imagine you're Isak. You already told Newcastle last season, "Hey, this is my last campaign. I want to leave." You made it clear that you want to
mm,
leave since you kind of don't see yourself in this club in the nearest future. You want to leave.
mm,
You've told it.
yeah,
You told it to them. A club
yeah.
has come to you. Yes, they are your rivals, but they've come willing to buy Isak from you. I feel like if you're Newcastle, you should open that door and try to get as much money as you want from this deal. If it was a financial negotiation that was holding up Isak going to Liverpool, we understand. They want more money from it, as they should. If I'm Newcastle, I want to get more money from this deal. But they
Yeah.
said no until I replace Isak before I will sell. Because I
Their
didn't get
player is their choice. Yeah, it's
it's your
their
player,
player
is
is
your
their
choice. I
choice.
understand, but it's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
Isak's future. You're also setting a precedent for other strikers that are going to come to your club. Is this how you keep on doing business when players want to leave? What happens when Gordon wants to leave? What happens when Joaliti wants to leave? You know what? Put that
Same
to the
thing.
side. What happens when Gimenez wants to leave? Then you
It's
do the
going to
same
happen with
thing.
it's going to happen with Gimenez. I have that feeling.
It's not right.
I have the feeling.
At
I
the end of
have
the
the
day,
feeling.
he's a human
Yeah,
being. So you cannot put a
yeah.
human being over a contract just because your club will not win the EPL. I'm sorry to say, you will not win the EPL. Even the UCL, you might never get to semi-finals in this UCL. Let's be real. You might not get there. Isak or not, you might not get there. The other teams are stronger. yes, you want to grow your team and become stronger, but you don't start it out by putting this kind of like bad branding in front. I just don't like it. Me personally,
Actually, I think
you
what
know,
why
Liverpool fan
Liverpool are
aside, I
not
just don't like it.
the reason I'm wearing my St. John's
But
jersey, my second
He's a
club.
coach. He's a coach.
This is
So
my club
that's
here
the
in
club
Canada.
he
So
that's the club he coaches.
I coach under 13, under 12s here. So this is my
You
club
tell
here.
them that you won the league.
So okay, we won the league.
Yeah,
For
okay,
those that
continue,
don't know.
continue.
And anyway, so what was I saying? What was the train
Talking
of
about
thought?
it was Isak.
The train of thought was Isak, right?
Hmm.
So what I'm saying now is I don't know. The key thing is that Newcastle closed the door.
Hmm.
That's the problem. They've closed the door to even negotiation. So how is Liverpool even able to come to the table? You are making it hard.
Hmm.
Okay, you don't want to sell the player. You've closed the door. Now the player is saying, I want to go. First question is he in his right to say he wants to go? Secondly, does he have to honor the contract?
Hmm.
Yes, yes, and yes.
Hmm.
Yes to both questions. Yes to the fact that he has the right to say he wants to go. He's
Yeah.
a human being. Even if you sign contract, you're not a slave.
Yes.
You're not a slave, right? Secondly, but that said, you will live at the right price
Hmm.
that satisfies both parties or the club because you're an asset to the club.
Yeah.
A fair price. Now, is it to honor his contracts? Does he have the right to honor his contract? Yes, he has to honor his contracts. So he's finding that balance, but it feels like Newcastle are headstrong on forcing him. Feels like they are forcing him to play. Right. So I don't know. I don't really like that vibe. To me, it affects everybody in the club, the culture. Players get second thoughts in their head. The current players there. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the behavior of Isak, and I don't like the behavior of Newcastle
I think
generally.
I
But
think with Isak,
it could, yeah,
I was going to say I think with Isak, it just feels like a situation where he's trying to put his foot down and be like,
yeah,
"Hey, I'm really serious. I want to leave. I'm really serious." So I feel
yeah.
like just let him go. We've been talking about Isak for weeks now. It almost feels like every Isak news, I want to skip over it and just not look at it because until I see Isak to Liverpool, here we go. I just don't want to know what's happening. It almost feels like that because every single time we come on stream, we're always talking about this conversation in detail about them not letting him leave, them not letting him leave. But anyways, let's move on.
I think what Newcastle wants to do is that they want to punish him
Mm-hmm,
to set precedence, and
mm-hmm,
after punishing him, they will sell him to a club that is not his dream move, which is not Liverpool. You remember so many for those of us that have watched football for long. You remember the when Modric wanted to leave to Chelsea.
mm-hmm.
Remember the issue
Yeah, I
when
remember. Yeah.
Danny Levy said you are not going, and he was like, "I'm going." He down
Mm-hmm,
tools. He went to spoke with Danny Levy, the coach. He wants to go. Spoke to
mm-hmm,
Danny Levy. He wants to go. Chelsea had his head turned. Our
mm-hmm,
project then was the best.
mm-hmm,
Danny Levy told him, "You are not leaving this club." And it
mm-hmm.
was like he's leaving. He's never playing for Tottenham again. And it was XYZ back and forth. At the end of the day, Tottenham told us strongly face to face, they are never going to sell Luka Modric to us. And that was his dream move. That was his dream move. At the end of the day, he had a very good agent. His agent went to Real Madrid, brought Real Madrid into the picture and said, look, this is what my client is going through. Are you guys able to step in? And they came in and paid, I think, 25 million or 35 million for Modric then.
Mm-hmm.
And Modric left to Real Madrid and he became a legend there.
So he's actually leaves to Real Madrid, so everybody
He
can
had
be
no
happy.
he had no choice. Yes. Tottenham they spited us and said they were never going to sell to us. Daniel Levy himself, because we turned the head of the player, and he said he was never going to sell to us. He said instead he will sell Luka Modric to Real Madrid or another club. And that's what he did. That's what he did, even at a lower price. Real Madrid bought him at a lower price than what Abramovich was willing to, because Abramovich loved the player.
So you think with this Isak situation, this might be what will end up happening?
It might end up happening that way if he pushes it too much. If he pushes it too much,
Mm-hmm.
If he pushes it too much, he will end up playing for the reserves. Come January, they'll probably his agent will be like, bro, if and
as a player, you also have to agree to want to go to a club before you go.
I know, but
Yeah,
with
it's
this
still
pen,
see, that's the
with
benefit of a
he,
contract. It's back and forth.
yeah,
It's
yes,
back and forth. So,
would he spend 3 years of his life in the reserves? He'll be 29 by then.
mm,
And let me tell you something. I will be honest with you.
mhm.
150 that they are playing Isak to PIF, Saudi Arabia, is nothing to them.
So you're telling me Newcastle will keep a player like Isak in the reserves, and the whole world would watch them do that. His fellow players
Yes,
will watch them
yes,
do that. Fans
yes,
will watch them
yes.
keep him in the reserves for 2 years. It's not possible.
They are already stepping on his jersey.
It's not
Currently,
possible.
I've seen pictures today, videos, people burning his jersey, stepping on it, pouring stuff on it. Isak number 14, I think he's number 14, pouring stuff on it, right? So what are we saying?
I don't think any
They
club.
can do it,
I don't think any
guy.
club would want to do
That's
that.
what that's what you think.
That is not good for business.
The owners of Newcastle are in Saudi Arabia. Do you
Mm,
get? And probably one the person running the club is in Saudi and is like, Isak is not going. Probably people in England want to sell him. Like, Isak is not going. He stays there. He's my player. So, Saudi guys are also proud. I hope you know
mm,
that. They are proud people. Money is not their problem. Dignity. That's why with this Saudi league, they have to make it work.
mm,
Money is not the problem. Do you get? So I'm a bit scared for Isak at this point. This statement he released through David Ornstein or what his agent, I'm scared a bit for him. I
mm,
think it's time to just tone it down. Even if they try to reintegrate you into the squad,
mm,
just go. If you want to score, don't. If you want to score, score. Don't celebrate. Just continue working. Just show them you're unhappy. You
mm,
can play and still be unhappy. When training leaves, you just leave. When the manager you say okay, you do what you can. You will not slave yourself or you will not break your leg for the club. But you just honor. There's a how do I say it now? There's a
mm.
basic work ethic that is required from him. The problem is they cannot terminate his contracts. They can't because he's an
So,
asset.
okay. So if I'm Isak
Yeah,
and I decide I'm not going to play for you, let's
yeah,
wrap this conversation up and then just move on. I'm Isak. I
yeah.
decide I don't want to play for you. I go and stay in my house. You come to my
Mm.
house and force me to come and play for you. You tell me to come and play for your reserves. I say I don't want to play in your reserves. Then what happens if I don't want to play in your reserves? I don't want to be anywhere around your facilities. I'll
And
train privately
they'll
the
probably
next
fine
2 years.
you. They'll probably fine him. They'll
They'll
keep
find him.
fining him. Yes, and maybe he will not be paid salary. But at the end of the day, he has no pay. They won't pay him anything. They won't pay him
Being a
anything.
soccer player is just crazy. It's
And
crazy.
to be honest with you, I pray Newcastle does not do that. It totally destroys
What's the legal implication of this whole drama with Isak?
the legal implication on what side? On the club
On
side.
his side, on the player side. On the player side.
The player has signed a contract. He
Mm-hmm.
has to honor his contract. But on the humanitarian side,
Mm-hmm.
nobody is a slave.
What does
If
labor law
somebody
say?
like if he has the right to say he wants to go,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, there's a contract there. Now the both parties have to actually sit down and have an agreement. What
Mm-hmm.
is best for both sides, right? By law, you can't force someone to play for you. You can't force the person to play for you. But at the same time, you are disrespecting the club. You are disrespecting your contracts by not playing and forcing your move. Do
Mm.
you get? And the club for disrespecting it, the club can keep silent and just keep fining you, right? But worst case scenario, they can even take you to court also.
And
They
sue
can take
you
you.
for breaching the
Yes,
contract.
yes, they can. And when you
Mm.
get to court, the court will say for breaching the contract, XYZ, um, Isaac, you have to That's what I'm thinking. You have to pay X amount to buy off your contract.
Mm.
Do you get? And that's worse. That's bad because if you say X amount, he's earning 150,000
Mm-hmm.
times 3 years. How much is that? No, no, no. That's what the court will say. That's what the court will say. Like they'll basically buy out the whole contract. That's the compensation Newcastle received. But Newcastle too can also argue in court that they bought him for a certain amount.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, if Newcastle even takes Isak to court, the minimum they will be getting from the case, whatever, would just be the amount they paid for him.
So
He doesn't have
to sum this all up, Isak basically doesn't have any power in this.
two of he doesn't have any power,
He doesn't have
and
any power in this.
Newcastle are not doing themselves any favor if they are trying to build a better brand. They are not
Because
for
players,
branding.
because I'm telling you, like them going that far, I don't think players want
No,
to go to that club. That would
yeah.
be really horrible for them.
After all,
Mhm.
Wisa is doing the same thing to come to Newcastle.
But players do this all the time.
Exactly. So why are they making a big deal out of it? Right? They're just playing. Newcastle are playing hardball because of that Ekiteke issue. That's where this thing starts. It's a war between them and Liverpool. It's a war because it started from where Liverpool came. It felt like they were bullying Newcastle. Like, oh, go for Ekiteke, we'll go for Isak, and let's complete this deal. Right? But at the end of the day, they
Mm.
said no. They will go for Isak. They will keep Isak, and they will go for Ekiteke. That sounds like somebody in Saudi talking, not somebody in the Premier League. That's what I think, anyways.
Yeah, but that's a good
Do you
take.
get? Yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
take. That's a good take. And wonder what's going to happen. We just have to wait and see what happens. But
Mm.
man, let's keep on moving. We unfortunately I have to keep on talking about Newcastle and their transfers. They are interested in Jacob Ramsey.
Yes, I saw that today.
So
They
they signed.
they better sign. They better sign Ramsey. Now, you should I tell you the funny thing? They are arguing
Oh man.
they are arguing about the fee for Jacob Ramsey with Aston Villa. So you see, so it's more of a case of like everybody is having sympathy towards Newcastle. Do you get what I'm saying? But
Because
they are
they've
a
been taking
club.
L's. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But the truth is, they are a club. Club. I just said Wisa is downing tools to come to Newcastle. He
Mhm.
down tools to come to New. He said he's not playing for Brentford again. It's the same thing he did. We didn't hear the media stuff and all this thing inside
Mhm.
that. We don't even know if this news from David Oyston was Newcastle that spread it to David Oyston.
It could be
Could
them.
be.
It could be
Yeah.
them.
So at the end of the day, it feels like I don't know if Newcastle is a club. They should operate like clubs are in Champions League. If a player doesn't want to be there, sell him off. You'll be better off without him. This Isak's energy is going to affect them in the coming season. Just
Mm.
mark my word. Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to me personally. I feel like
Yeah.
we've talked about this a lot, but it just doesn't make any sense. You say, what role can Liverpool play in order for this not to escalate? I don't even think we can play any role. What role can we play?
You
We
guys,
can't.
you
What?
guys are doing the best because you two should be wary and not. You don't want to jump in and say, "Oh, I'm coming to save Isak."
Mhm.
Right? If you
It's
are
just
doing like
yeah.
you are coming to save Isak, you will pay 150 million pounds because that's what they want. My brother, if you can remove 10 million from that money, you
Bro.
wait. You wait.
Mm.
Wait till the last day.
I don't
What
really think
happened
there's
to
anything we can do, to be honest.
you
We just
can't.
have to wait.
What happened to Osimhen? It's the same thing.
No, but
He said
Osimhen, yeah, I was about to bring up Osimhen because Osimhen's zone with Napoli.
he
Napoli,
was never going to play anymore,
but
no matter what they
Napoli
do.
were open to selling Osimhen. They were open to it.
They became open to selling Osimhen when he told them he was never going to play for them again,
And
which
then
is fine,
which is fine. And
right?
they were open to selling him. They were open to the Chelsea thing. They
But
agreed. Osimhen said no.
the problem
How
is
did they agree? He
PSG.
said no.
You know PSG came. They gave PSG a ridiculous amount. They chased PSG off the table with the amounts they did. with the amount they brought
So
forward.
that's what I'm saying. What I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah,
like you're not saying what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to
yeah.
say that it's a different situation if it's money that is making us back off. Let's say we come to Newcastle. Newcastle say you have to give
Okay,
me
I understand. Okay, okay.
160 or
But that
180 million
but
pounds
that's
before
what
we
they've
sell Isak.
asked for.
We
That's
would,
what
we
they
would
asked for.
this is different.
Okay, okay.
Liverpool are saying we cannot even negotiate with them because they don't
Because
seem
they're not even.
they don't
Yeah,
seem
they
able
didn't.
to
They
even
just said the player is not for sale. That's what they've been telling you, Liverpool. The player is not for sale.
because we presented a bid and they rejected it.
Yeah, yeah. One
So
twenty million.
it's crazy. It's really crazy. See, Wisa is a good player.
So
I actually fear him than
Kim Dan
Buemo.
and Boemo.
David, what's up? How
Yeah,
you doing? It's crazy. Like I'm just tired of talking about it. I'm just tired of talking about it. Let's talk about Rodrygo. We know Rodrygo is linked to City. I said that at the beginning
Manchester
of the
City.
stream. But the
Yeah.
price now that Fabrizio is reporting is 100 million euros.
Real Madrid should stop this nonsense. They should stop it. 3 weeks ago, you remember they reduced it from 100 to 70,
75. Yeah.
75 because
Mhm.
there was nobody. Now that Manchester City, it has gone to 100, they'll probably sell him for 75. You know why? There's one good thing I like about City.
They
If it
don't
doesn't meet their price, they walk away.
they just walk away. But Pep is
They just,
pushing for Rodrigo. He's pushing for that move. He's
yeah.
pushing for it. They according to Fabrizio, even when they have internal talks in Man City at Man City, he's like, this is the player he wants. He wants Rodrigo.
And you want him to be happy. You want Pep to be
You
happy.
want Pep to be happy. If Pep is saying I want Rodrigo, you better get Rodrigo. And so
Oh my
if you're Real
God.
Madrid, you're like, oh, Pep, reports are coming out that Pep
Pep
really
wants him.
wants him.
Okay,
100
100
million
million.
euros.
That's a good one. That's a way to do business.
Man, that's the best way to do business. Honestly speaking, I don't think any top striker would go to
Mm.
Newcastle ever with this whole Isak saga. They've lost out.
The branding is not good.
Trust me.
The branding is
A
not
top
good.
striker, you would not want to go anywhere near them. Even Sesko, what if Sesko wanted to come to Newcastle? But looking at
Oh
how they're
my
treating
God.
Isak, like, you know what? I would rather go to United. At least
Yeah.
if you come out, United will still sell you. How much wages does he want, Rodrigo? How much wages do you think Rodrigo?
He's
How
almost
much
on 220 or 210.
oh my days.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and when he moves, the salary goes up.
There's no point. Um Barcelona, they are interested in signing Julian Alvarez. The Alvarez has
Barcelona.
a yeah, yeah. According to what I'm saying,
Kings,
they want to
Kingsley,
do
that's a.
whatever it takes to sign Julian Alvarez.
Oh.
Saying,
Barcelona not saying.
I'm not saying what his transfer fees is. He has
Okay,
a
just say it.
anyway. Let's say release clause. His release
Uh,
clause is 100 million euros.
Baka that can't afford chips now, a bag of chips. Are they the ones that will go for Alvarez?
Oh
They go
my
to the
god,
they go to
man!
the vending machine now. They struggle
Mm,
to buy a bag of chips. Then you
Baka,
say they should
they
buy.
don't have they don't have the money.
They should stop all this. They should just
They
focus
don't have
on
the
their
money.
academy.
I don't think they have the
Focus on
money.
your academy, and they have talents there out of
It's
Amasia,
not true. I think it's
right?
just a rumor.
So yeah, it's just false. I don't
Yeah,
think so.
it's not true. There's been a lot of inquiries for Rico Lewis, and these inquiries have come from Aston Villa, Chelsea, Newcastle, and Tottenham. They are interested in signing Rico Lewis, but Lewis is expected to stay back at City. So I don't know what the future of Rico Lewis will be.
Rico
But
Lewis
but do
is
you
a
rate
right back, right? Is
he
a
play
right back.
he's very versatile. He can play multiple positions. But do you rate Rico Lewis? Rico Lewis at Chelsea. Have you heard that rumor come up
I
for
think
you guys?
he's decent. No, no, no. I don't know. Where is he going to play?
I don't even
Reece
think he
James?
plays. I don't
No,
where
we're occupied.
no 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 no
We're
no.
occupied. Just
And I
prove
don't see
it.
the reason. I don't think
It's
he's going
his
to leave.
agent. It
I
might
don't
be
think
his
he's going to
agent.
leave. Yeah.
His agent wants a
Because
new deal. That's
City
what
they
they do.
really need a right back. They really need a
Yeah.
right back. I
And
don't think it's going to
training.
happen. If Pep is desperate for Rodrigo, then I must have known what I was talking about. If that guy catches fire, then Brazil is almost winning the World Cup. Yeah, AB has really, since this Rodrigo
Hype,
thing has emerged,
yeah.
we have really been hyping Rodrigo as a top player. We all know Rodrigo is a top player,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Anyway, it's politics. That's why they've excluded him out of the squad. We'll see if he performs well in the Premier League.
Is
We'll
it
see.
Nico O'Reilly you're talking about?
Rico Lewis. Rico
Okay, it's
Lewis.
Rico Louis. I know we're linked with Nico O'Reilly last time, right?
Yeah,
I told you the whole
O'Reilly.
story.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
told you the whole story.
Yeah, but this is Rico Lewis. But Rico Lewis is expected to stay back at City, so I don't think anything will happen in that aspect. Juventus are thinking about signing Matt O'Reilly from Brighton and Bissouma from Tottenham. They are, they are looking for midfield reinforcements. I don't think Tottenham should sell Bissouma because this their
I like that.
rebuild.
I
I feel
like
like
their
Bissouma
squad.
is
The way,
very
yeah,
instrumental to what they're trying to do
yes.
there.
Let
He-
Thomas Frank cook. Let him cook.
yeah, let's see what
Prob-
Thomas Frank
people,
does.
people, people that will be looking, people that
Mhm,
will be looking at this season and watching closely, apart from my club,
mhm,
Chelsea. Arsenal, obviously, I watch their game because I want to see how far Ateta is progressing, right?
mhm,
Which other team? I want to see when Man U signs people. I
mhm.
want to see how much they sign. Then I'll be keeping track of Man U too. I think they'll be interesting to see.
Speaking about Man U, there's an interesting rumor that I just saw. I don't know how
Yeah.
true it is. That's why I skipped over it. But let's go back to it. United are interested in a possible move for Harry Kane to join their team.
Hmm.
Apparently,
Obviously, it's a lie. Hurricane is not joining their team.
no, no,
He's
no.
not. They
No,
already
not
have a
not
strike.
this window. What I'm saying is not this window. They're thinking of a possibility that he will come in 2026, and they want to take
Oh, he's like
advantage.
33.
They want to take advantage of his release clause, and his release clause is 56 million pounds.
That's too much for it. He's almost 33, right? Let me don't just continue. I'll
That
check
was
his
why
age.
I skipped over it. I don't think it's correct.
No, it's
But
fake.
those are all the transfer rumors I've seen so far.
He's 32.
Crazy. It's crazy. 2026. Anyways, I don't think Hurricane should return back to the Prem. I think if I'm
No, no.
Hurricane from Bayern, if Bayern
Stay
don't want,
there.
I'll probably go to La Liga, do like some Lewandowski thing, go to La Liga, ball in La Liga. If
Try
not
to
La
win
Liga,
something.
probably go to MLS or go to Saudi, collect the bag, bro. Like I think
Yeah.
I'm Hurricane. That's what I'll do. Why should I go to United and then if I'm not playing well, everybody will be like trashing me and stuff at United now. It's pointless.
What What are your expectations for tomorrow? Let's preview the match. PSG
Okay.
Tottenham.
PSG Tottenham. The last time we saw Tottenham, at least in the Europa
Mm-hmm.
League final, it was Postecoglou's team. So far, we've seen Tottenham. We've seen Tottenham preseason. They played against the game.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching this preseason was their game against
Arsenal.
Arsenal, and they looked different. There was
They look
something
okay.
different. There was something different about that team. It's almost
What
like
was
they
different?
were. I'm about to say it. There was a mix of yes, Postecoglou's philosophies with some spice of Thomas Frank on it, where like Thomas Frank plays in a way where you just can't wrap your head around. He's just morphing it
Difficult.
in
Yeah.
to fit the
Yeah.
situation and the phases that you are trying to like exploit them in. And he's also taking advantage of the opportunities that he gets, with the team. There was still somewhat of that high line. That high line still was
Yeah.
kind of there, but it was not
Was there.
outrageous. The players were not running and scared. People, the high line was not exploited like we were seeing when Postecoglou was their manager. It still felt like they were compact. They were still hard to score, but still they were still
Mm.
dangerous. So I think this Tottenham, they will not be easy. They will not be easy to play tomorrow. Honestly, if you're PSG,
Mm-hmm.
it will not be easy to play Tottenham. But at the end of the day, if I'm being honest with you, I,
Oh
I
my
think I
God.
think PSG will beat Tottenham. I think they will beat
They'll
them.
be okay. I'll put on two caps,
Mm-hmm,
right? Stay with me.
mm-hmm,
The first cap I'm going to put on would be the cap of Tottenham are going to be destroyed tomorrow. That's the first cap. Why I
mm-hmm,
say that is because PSG, they are just too superior. They look unformidable. Um, Thomas Frank has not looked convincing when he played like Bayern Munich.
mm-hmm,
I think he played Bayern and some other teams
mm-hmm,
where I felt like he was trying out stuff, which is fine,
mm-hmm,
right? That's one case. But I now counter it with my second cap that says
mm-hmm,
if you have the right tactics, you can beat anyone. Chelsea showed that in the Club World Cup,
It's who shows up on that day. It's who shows up
right?
on that day, yeah.
That's the first thing.
Hmm.
Secondly, Thomas Frank knows how to upset big teams. That's his specialty.
And it's a chance to win a
Yes.
trophy.
Thomas Frank knows how to. You see, if you are a big team
Hmm.
and you are playing Thomas Frank, just be prepared. Be prepared for him because he's going to prepare for you.
Hmm.
You are not going to. I'll be surprised if PSG walk over Tottenham easily.
It's going to
Even
be a
if they
tough
win, even if they win, they
game.
they hustle for that win. I don't
That's my
think it will be
expectation. My
straightforward.
expectation is going to be a tough game.
Yeah, except the only exception is that maybe the Tottenham players have not fully synced with what Thomas Frank is trying to do.
Hmm.
If not, I'm expecting that the game will not be that easy as
Hmm.
we are all projecting it to be. So those are my two school of thoughts. The first one is, oh, they'll be absolutely destroyed.
I don't, honestly
Second,
speaking, I don't think they will be absolutely destroyed. I think that's
yeah,
on paper, that's the expectation. On paper, you think, yeah,
mm,
this PSG team, they are more superior. You have guys like
yeah,
Dewey and Krasvastelia and all these players that look exceptional and look great. But Chelsea, you guys were able to exploit it. You guys were able to exploit it. This same PSG side played Aston Villa. They struggled a little bit, right?
yeah,
This same
yeah.
PSG side, they took it all the way to penalties with Liverpool, right? I'm not comparing. I'm not saying these teams and Tottenham are the same. I'm just bringing up that idea of like being placing Thomas Frank in a situation where it is you and a trophy. Like you're what is in my way to get to that trophy, and I want to get
Mm,
that trophy. I think he will do whatever he takes with that team to make sure
mm.
you don't lose. And that's
Not
the problem with the way he will set up the team. Because Thomas Frank is a manager that can make Tottenham defend the entire game. He's not ashamed of
oh
it.
my god, oh my god, he has no
Well,
shame.
take one opportunity, score, go and defend. You see,
Go and defend.
Postecoglou
What?
sometimes, he had to trade with philosophies to win Europa League. I think Thomas Frank, he doesn't care about certain philosophies. He will adapt, and that is dangerous when you're playing a manager that will adapt. Because the Tottenham that comes out in the first half, the Tottenham that comes out in the second half, it could be different,
Different.
right?
Different. And Luis Enrique will play one way.
Luis Enrique will play. At least we
The Luis
expect we
Enrique way.
expect PSG to play one way. We expect them to play
Except
one way.
except the Chelsea game has given him a rethink. Because that system, every
Well,
system has a
if
flaw.
you're Enrique, what will you
Every
change? What will
every
you change though?
every yeah. So I don't know.
What will you change to
I just I just
to
felt
provide?
like I just felt like
Mm-hmm.
from the press conference of Maresca, it felt like he already knew the flaw and he wasn't afraid. That's why I kept on saying, who told you would defend? Who told you would this?
For
Kept
me,
on countering the
mhm,
journalist, right?
mhm.
So could that be a flaw that maybe Enrique he has to fix the top managers in the world, they fix flaws in their teams. As a coach, that's what you
Yeah, maybe the Super Cup is tomorrow. Yeah, the Super Cup is
yeah.
tomorrow.
So every flaw in your team, any coach, if you lose a game, you draw a game, and you see something the other team was doing, be like, "Ah, is the flaw from the
Mm.
person that played that position, or is the flaw with the system?"
What was the flaw
It's
with
two things.
PSG? What was the flaw?
I don't know. The two fullbacks are always very high up,
Yeah,
right? They have about I feel like they play with two. They play with two. If I'm just trying to remember how they play. Two, one, two, three, four,
it's 3-2-5. They
six.
kind of break out into sometimes, or two
Is
two
it
three
three
five.
two five? It's
Sometimes it's
two three five.
two
Two
three two three five when
two
they are
three five.
yeah, when they are like
Exactly.
in possession of the ball, because the fullbacks go really high. So the
Yes.
thing that you guys were doing was kind of,
Yeah.
you guys sat in that midfield to kind of break up play in the midfield.
You sat and
Throw-
it's from one particular side.
Yeah, throw Vitinha off his game, right?
So
So
no.
Vitinha
But
doesn't have it.
so the thing is, you
Mhm,
look at it this way.
mhm.
What's his name? The guy on the right hand side.
Hakimi.
Remind me of his Hakimi. I
Mm,
think Hakimi is very fast.
yeah,
And if you ask me, Hakimi his decision making is much more better than the other guy that plays on than Nuno Mendes.
yeah.
You ask me. If you
Mm,
catch Hakimi Yes, I know nothing. He said, how do you relax? Not everything has
We're just analyzing. If
this and that. Don't be
if
afraid.
let's
I
if let's say
know,
there's a weakness,
I
if
know,
let's say there's a
I know.
weakness, what will be
So
exploited?
so the thing is, like AB said, let me even draw from the comments of AB.
Yeah.
Now, Nuno Mendes himself, I think Maresca has gone back and they've watched his games and they
How
find
he
out that
moves. Mm-hmm.
yes, his movement and he can crack under pressure,
Mm-hmm.
right? Nuno Mendes is better when he's not running to defend you. You've said this thing before.
Mm-hmm.
If Nuno Mendes is set and you are coming to him,
He'll
you are not
probably stop
going anywhere.
you most likely. Yeah.
Hakimi is better. In fact, if you face to face with Hakimi, he can stop you.
Mm-hmm.
He's running, he can still stop you.
He'll cover ground. Yeah.
Yes, right. But Nuno Mendes is not extremely great when he has to. His back to go. He's running. He's not really good. And you saw it every single time the ball came. Every single ball we had was only through Nuno Mendes. They never for once passed through this side. Never. It was
Mm.
always through this side. So that's the weakness. So that's the thing. Is the quality of that defender. They really
Well,
exploited. But the players to
mhm.
execute it is another thing.
I don't
You have
think.
people that
Mm,
you have Kopama that is sitting in that pocket of space as a winger. Then you have Gusto that is pushing up. Ball comes from Sanchez. Him and Gusto have to run with each other. Gusto is fast. Do you get? And Kopama now, you have two people running. It's 2v1.
mhm,
They're always creating a 2v1 situation. The second time, Nuno Mendes was trying to set up and say, oh, the ball might go to what's the name? Might go to Gusto. Palmer
mhm,
did pass it to Gusto. Right? That was the
mhm,
expectation, right? He just went straight ahead,
mm.
right? He went straight ahead, passed it to Joao Pedro, and Joao Pedro scored.
He said Neto was practically doing man marking against Hakimi, especially in the first half. I
Yes,
think
yes,
I think that's the thing. You have to kind of like
yeah,
neutralize their wing backs.
because
Once you
yeah. So
neutralize their wing
yeah,
backs, that gives
yeah,
you a chance, right? Because they kind
yeah,
of they use Vitinha as
yeah,
the orchestrator. That's the only word that comes to my
yeah, in
mind.
the middle,
As the
yeah,
orchestrator
to
to
stop
like
the
control the
passing,
movement of the ball from
yeah,
left to right. So
yeah,
they really want to move the ball to this wing, to this
yeah,
wing, to this
yeah,
wing, as they keep
yeah,
on progressing, right, as much as
mm,
they can, and then find a way to merge in and score you. That's typically
yeah,
a rehearsed version of like how they typically
of
score.
what they do,
Right, either
yeah.
they pass the ball back and then score, or pass the ball this way and then score, like left to right,
Yeah.
right to left,
And if you are
whatever.
too focused on this Hakimi side, the ball is switched.
Switch
Sorry,
quickly
to this
to
side,
the other
and
side.
there's
But
a lot of space here
yeah,
because
but
you're always focused here,
but that
right?
doesn't mean they move it left to right. They don't have wingers that are good enough to cut in and shoot if the opportunity presents itself. So that's why PSG are dangerous to play against. They have that Hakimi that is good. They
And
have
they had
Hakimi that is good. They
chances.
have Nuno
They
Mendes
had
that is good. They
chances.
can score. They have
They had
Vitinha
chances. Yeah.
that is so pivotal to what they're trying to do left to right. But at the end of the day, because they
Mm,
are committing those people, Nuno Mendes, Hakimi, they have to cover
mm,
so much ground. You can easily exploit that quick by just having a player ready to send long balls, having a winger ready, stay high on either Nuno
mm.
Mendes side or Hakimi side, ready to make the
Yeah.
run score. And guess who can do that with Tottenham? Kudus. You want to
I
keep
was
Kudus,
about mentioning Kudus.
you want to keep
Yes.
Kudus high in that game, right?
Yeah.
Either on Nuno
Especially
Mendes
on this
side,
on yes. Keep him on
yeah,
the Numenez side will be a big problem.
Kudus is
I
quite
think so.
fast, right? Kudus is quite
And he
fast,
dribbles. He
and
dribbles
and
fast.
is good on the ball, so he might be able to progress that ball quickly and try to
Okay.
score.
Yeah. 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 He said Kopama used
Two
to
feints for two of our goals. The Spurs have such exactly. He used
what
two
does two
feints,
feint
body feints, like
to
he wanted to shoot, move it,
oh
and then
yes,
exactly.
They do.
Do you have someone
I
that
see
can do
what
that? The key thing too is who is going to play 10 for Tottenham, because Madison is gone. Who is the creative person there?
it's
Is
probably be
Kulusevski?
Kudus that will play 10. Oh, or
Kudus
maybe
plays 10,
Kulusevski.
and then
Kulusevski.
Kulusevski stays on the wings.
Kulusevski. Kulus. No. You can. You know what you can. You can use Bread and Johnson on this side. on Nuno Mendes' side to
He's
provide
fast.
that pace.
He's
He's
fast.
fast, right? The only problem I have with Johnson is his decision making. But let's say you put Johnson on this side, you put Kudus on this side, and
Hmm.
you put Kulusevski through the middle. I don't know if it would be
I
wise for
I would rather put Kulusevski on the wings and Kudus through the middle because I feel like
yeah,
Kudus can play as
he's
a
more
10.
dangerous.
He can play
He's
as
more
a 10.
dangerous.
I don't know. I don't know. But honestly, you can analyze the game all you want. At the end of the day,
It's who shows up.
is who shows up on that day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. One more question I have for you before we
mhm,
drop off. Do you think PSG removing Donnarumma, does that affect the game?
it does.
So does it put them at a disadvantage
It,
or
it's a 50-50. It's a
why?
50-50. It's a 50-50
Okay,
because
first question. First
mhm,
question before you answer the one I just asked you. The new keeper they brought in, is he better than Donnarumma? No, he's not.
I don't know enough to say that. I don't know enough to say that. You're just saying no, it's not, but you don't know enough to
Donna,
say that. Because going into the game, would you have thought Robert Sanchez will perform the way he performed in the Club World Cup final? You would not have thought
no,
that, right?
no,
So
no,
sometimes
no.
the keeper, you don't expect the keeper to do well, but the
Yeah,
keeper could get into that game and do well. That's what I'm saying is a 50-50 on the keeper. Like, but with Donnarumma, I would have said it's a 60-40 because I've seen enough data to know like Donnarumma is a very solid keeper and he could do well. But with Lucas Chevalier, I feel like it's a 50-50 for him because it could be a game for him where he
he
does
does
something
flops.
outrageous. The
Mm,
ball gets to his feet. He's sending it straight to Dembele, or he's sending it can deliver well with his feet
okay.
because he uses his feet. It could be a plus for them, but it's also 50-50 because it could be a thing where he's not a good shot stopper and then you kind of score a lot of goals. So I don't know.
I just me personally, I know AB is saying
Exactly.
he's
You said
very good.
it's
He's
very
very
good.
good. Yes, yes.
Bottom of it. I'm telling you, like you never
But
can really tell.
Kingsley, the only issue I have is that the
Mhm.
way they excluded Donnarumma from the squad just before the game, it puts a lot of spotlight on the new keeper.
To perform.
Yes,
But who
the pressure is so
think
much.
about this in Tottenham,
Yeah,
right? Who do you
yeah.
think, apart from Kudus and maybe Kulusevski? Okay,
Mm.
Solanke is there, so Solanke can score.
Shashiki is dangerous too.
Solanke can score.
Mm,
I just remember,
mm,
yeah. I was about to ask, who
mm.
do you think will be able to score the keeper? Like, good enough. Solanke can
Eh,
score, but at the end of the day, it's like Tottenham right now, they're not Chelsea, right? They don't have Copa, they don't have John
yeah,
Pedro, they don't have Cole
true,
Palmer, they don't have those guys, right? So
true.
I see
We
it as
see
I see it as a game PSG win. If I'm going to give a prediction, I'll give my prediction for the
PSG
game
win.
is
Yeah,
3-1 PSG. 3-1
three
PSG.
one.
Yeah. 3-1 PSG.
Um,
I'll lean to I think Tottenham is score more.
I wanted to go to be ambitious and say 2-2. They go to penalties.
I don't think so. Nah, PSG will finish that game in 90. Bro. They will finish that game in
They
90.
will
They're,
kill them.
they're one of the best passing teams in Europe at
Yeah,
least based on last campaign. They were one of the best passing teams in Europe. Their
yeah,
keeper, okay, keeper has changed, but the keeper that they have is not bad, right? It's just not, you claim it's just not as good as the last one. I think it's a 50-50. Depends on what happens that game, depends on what we see
um,
as he keeps on playing. And then
yeah,
you think about the guys that they still have. They have Dewey, skillful, deadly,
yeah,
you
yeah,
you cook you 1v1. You think
yeah,
about Dembele, he's already tagged to win Ballon d'Or. You think about Hakimi, Nuno Mendes, you think about Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia is dangerous. 1v1, he's cooking Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro is
mm,
not stopping Kvaratskhelia. So it's like, I've seen, bro, honestly speaking, yeah, I think PSG win. But Enrique doesn't play,
okay,
and also Enrique loves pressure. Remember, he's a fitness junkie.
yeah, yeah. We'll see.
We'll
We'll
see.
see. Interesting.
What are your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. The only thing I'll say about the PSG
Mhm.
Tottenham game is PSG must not take Tottenham for granted. It will be a big disgrace, a bigger disgrace if
Mhm.
Tottenham wins this one. It will be worse. The first
Mm.
one, people say it's Chelsea. Is not much of an embarrassment. We're a good side too. Do you get?
Yeah.
But if Tottenham wins, not that I'm disrespecting Tottenham, is bad. It will be worse. And I think that would affect them coming into the new season and the new Champions League. What they do in
Mm.
this game matters. That's what I think. And on it depends on transfers. Donnarumma, Rodrygo to City. We'll see what happens. If both of them goes there, hmm,
Yeah,
the
City
league,
win the
like I said, the league table is going like this. We need to
league. Yeah.
adjust our what they call this thing now. Our
Well,
footy our
FPL
Premier
or
League FPL. Because
yeah,
okay,
fair
you
enough,
find
fair
out
enough.
us. Yeah.
For me, I think PSG win. I think PSG win convincingly. I think it will be a tough game, but it's a game I still
Mm,
see PSG winning. I think they have the team. The key people that were missing in their Club World Cup final, they'll be present. Pacho will be
mm,
back. I don't think Pacho is injured. I think
mm.
PSG as a team, the way they play, they've not really lost key people that help them in the way they play, the way they attack. I don't see that
Yeah.
changing anytime soon. Yes, Thomas Frank can find answers to some of the questions that they will ask, but I think some questions they'll ask he won't have the answers to, and I think he's going to beat them. So I'm
Mm.
leaning 3-1, 3-1 PSG win, and they stamped their foot as having one of the best campaigns that last season, and bringing us into this season. I think they're still going to be a strong side. Donnarumma or
Okay.
not, it's still a 50-50 in terms of the keeper, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
All
Okay,
right,
we'll
I
be here
appreciate you
tomorrow.
guys. I didn't put the FPL code on the screen, guys. Let me put the FPL code. Let me put the FPL code. So you guys don't forget, these are FPL code. Join the FPL before August 15th for a chance to win $500 for the first person, $250 for the second person, and $100 for the third person at the end of the season. So many people have joined. We have like almost like 8,000 or 2,000 people in our league right now. I didn't expect it to blow up.
2000.
It's so many people are in the league, so many people are in the
Oh
FPL.
my God.
Crazy. It's a
2000.
huge competition. I don't even think we will get the money because so many people from
Oh,
around,
damn,
around the
man.
world are joining. So you guys make sure you
Wow,
join.
that's crazy.
Make sure you join. Let's compete. Let's see what happens as we get close to the season. If you've not done so, please subscribe. On the way to 3K subscribers. Um, we're growing the community, so please do. We're live every single day, 6 p.m. CST. So join our lives. We'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, enjoy the rest of your day or your night. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. CST.
See you.
Bye.